as we do have Epsilon on the CT side once more, and A Gaming on the Terrace side. Epsilon just having a draw against against the Lone Rangers here. I would be surprised if A Gaming have as strong of a pick game as the Lone Rangers did. I would feel that that would be somewhat unlikely. We'll have to see if A Gaming have any cool strats up their sleeves to throw at Epsilon. And right now, what is going on here? Smike is actually chilling right there. I think is Smike actually AFK or something? He's just looking at the wall with a knife. So doesn't seem too promising. Are any of the players... So some of the players on A Gaming are actually moving. Looks like Solo Focus is going to go down. Now Smike decides, oh, it's time to move. Now on the pistol round. Hi guys, I'm back. And he's going to come in and see what he can do. Got a smoke as well. So here goes PM. Gets a good little pick there onto Smike before he can actually use his grenade. So that's big losses here for A Gaming already. Going to actually try to smoke off that position as he goes down. So PM actually doing a pretty good job there. An exit headshot. Also putting on the clinic. And generally speaking, Epsilon there had a really good result. I mean, they smoked off all the angles as the push was coming in. They all rotated in time. And A Gaming with a bit of a weird pistol round, especially considering that Smike was AFK for a good portion of the start. Didn't seem to move until a teammate got picked. So interesting stuff there. But Epsilon do get the advantage at the start. And PM, the recent addition of Epsilon, certainly a very strong addition, has really rounded out their game overall. I'd have to say PM definitely a key player now. Some easy picks coming in, as we didn't even have the investment of armor for A Gaming, and they are just kind of running at Epsilon right now and losing their lives. Nothing all too interesting from them. As you can see SF there standing in for Izzy. So Arch and Smike left over, trying to do something. And your options here, after you don't get the bomb down, is you eco twice. So some teams, it depends on the map. I remember a long time ago, I'm not sure if Fnatic still are a big fan of this, but what Fnatic used to do on Inferno was they used to have this this round where they would get one guy with a flash, and he would basically pop flash his 4 teammates up mid. No one would buy armor, it would just be pistols, because the idea there is that you get the quick pick and you don't really need the armor. So as it was kind of like a rush. So there's a lot of thinking behind that. And obviously on Inferno, you kind of need a pop flash to get to any positions. So I really liked that round there from them. But there we saw an investment of just some pistols. We see it again from them here. But with no armor, it's like really hard to make picks because of aim punch. Because if someone actually shoots back at you, all of a sudden you cannot aim. So that can really make things very difficult. So I would like to see a grenade mixed in here. If A Gaming were to do that, to try and just get themselves on a position and make it a little bit awkward for Epsilon. But we can see so far they're handling this situation very, very well. And as soon as those guys get tagged like that, they can't really hit any shots. A few players who lose some hit points here, but PM should be able to finish off Seeper there. So Seeper does go down. And a pretty clean round. FXO losing no health until the end when he just got slashed by a teammate. Slashed with a knife with affection. And we do get the AWP on PM. So far, very, very clean stuff here for Epsilon, as A Gaming now put the AWP on their star AWPer, Cyber Focus. And he's going to go for the B pick. Let's have a look if he's going to be successful against PM. He should be on the angle. Yeah, he is. PM won this last time. Look at that. It's the same angle as before. You can see that PM finds the AWPer before the AWPer finds him, because he gets that angle just perfect. And PM... this is the player there. Seeper is up close. And we do have SF moving very close here on towards T middle. Let's see if he's able to pick up a kill. Looks like he does get found out there. And it's going to be Arch who does find him from the squeaky area. It's a 3-on-3 situation now. AWP is alive for both teams. Or well, at least Cyber Focus is AWP actually picked up by Smite. He's going to swap out for the AK there. Which is definitely quite a smart decision. We already see the rotation coming in. FXO on the site. And Scream. So the Scream and FXO combo should be pretty strong here. And in go the grenades. The push coming in from A Gaming. They do well to remove screen very quickly. It's like they are able to do that. They take down both players almost immediately in PM. He's going to have to hold his hands up surely and be like, okay, this is a little bit extreme. I'm not going to go for this. But he is actually going to try to snipe in here with the CZ. Actually going to go in and then go straight back out again, changing his mind. I think that's a wise decision. Would want to hang on to that AWP. But it looks like he's just going back for the kid, actually. So he's going to try to do this. I guess he knows that there's two players that are very weak. But really, these positions are very well put together by A Gaming overall. So PM going to hold on to the AWP. Epsilon going to lose this round, so $1,400 in the bank for them. So their money's still going to be great. They're going to be able to buy. Still, I can look at that. It's looking really healthy there for them. So they should be able to get the AWP onto FXO if they want to do the 1-3-1 split that we sometimes see. Or sometimes the FXO does have support. I forget which player it usually is. I've got a feeling it might usually have been Uzi, actually, or SF. Now would be the case. Now he's standing in for Uzi. So PM taking his AWP for the angle again. He seems to be doing this very, very well. I mean, PM is a guy that you should check his demos out if you want to see how to do the B AWPing there as a CT. He seems to be very, very consistent there. Good pick there from Robo onto Scream. Does get dinked, though, and Robo on that 14 points of health, but more than worth it to take down the player in middle. And now A Gaming have a wealth of options. And Epsilon, I love this from them. They are trying to react. They lost a player. They have to make their lives easier. By doing this, they can smoke off B storage. They can get GMX in a very forward position. And that allows them to bring a player back towards middle or A, which instead of having 2-2, they can have a very safe 1-3. So let's have a look and see how that comes in here. Good pick there from FXO. And Seeper already making a pick onto middle, and there it is. Oh, is that a double from FXO? Great stuff there. And Seeper now is alone against two players. Epsilon, they are doing very, very smart stuff in this round so far. A Gaming trying to make that push towards A with the perfect reaction, and we're going to get the hold. So great double there from FXO. And it's always nice to see teams who after losing a player for free, they try to create a reaction. They try to create something for themselves instead of just sitting back and being like, "Oh crap, we've lost a player. Let's rotate and do a 2-2 split now." They try to make their lives easier by taking over an area with some team play. It's like a little bit of risk, but it can pay off massively. SF already getting a pick, 2 picks indeed, on A main. So things could get quite out of hand here now for A Gaming. Only had the AK on Arch, it seems, right now. You can see that the money's pretty even across all the A Gaming players. As the flash does indeed come in now. Just trying to wait for those picks. Arch is in a good position, does find SF finally. And after the dust has settled, we see that A Gaming is still in a very, very dire situation. As Cyberfocus has absolutely nothing, a P250, 8 health, no armor, no grenades. And the best they could really hope to do here would be to maybe sacrifice Cyberfocus to try to get a free pick here for Arch. But it looks like they're going to try to boost Arch up onto middle now for a pick instead. And he's going to get taken down by PM. He was ready and waiting for that one. And definitely a difficult decision to make. But it's going to be Cyberfocus now alone with the P250 and 8 health. Good luck. And PM, there we go. It's going to take him out. Alright, so 5-1 A Gaming. Off to a rough start, but this should be a buy for them. It's a very scrappy buy. We can see that 3600 on Seeper. So they're going to be not really able to get that many nades, or doesn't look like it at least. Yeah, not really many nades. 5 smokes, 2 flashes, and a decoy. 2 flashes is quite significant. You have to question what. Oh, okay, very deep smoke there on middle by GMX. All right, so you have to question what is the best usage of 5 smokes. That has to be the question. And for them, they could try to use the smokes to try to get into middle, build the wall of smokes. It still gives them the option to actually have a smoke if they do get the B split going for the top CT area of B and also the CT spawn of B. they can obviously like also have enough smokes, the 3 smokes that you need for A as well. So, but it really, I mean, no mid control really makes their lives very difficult, and it plays into the setup of Epsilon if they don't even try to contest it. So we'll have to see now how things will go here. We're going to see GMX maybe get a little bit impatient. PM going to go for the peak, so Cyberfocus just waiting on that angle through the smoke. Now GMX has to go back through, pop flashes himself through that vents position. Another flash coming out. Their Smite gets mowed down by SF. And in comes Robo. Find himself Scream. Gets denied. We've got 2 players left now. Going to be a pretty easy cleanup here for A Gaming, for Epsilon onto A Gaming, who once again are going to be on an eco, but they've lost so many in a row now. That yeah, it is going to be. Not really. They are too poor. They're far too broke to do anything but an eco here. So seems like a very easy situation for Epsilon overall. Epsilon did get a little bit anxious there. We saw the push around B storage coming in, the smoke down here, leaving this tiny angle on the gap, and PM played into that, which wasn't the smartest thing in the world. But so far they are getting results regardless, and here it is, anti-eco time. SF and Epsilon's GMX in for a nice little ride here with these eco frags. Perhaps maybe not. Both of the players when they go down, bomb should be planted. What is happening right now? We've got 2 AWPs left over. 2 of the riflers on the site go down. PM and FX show, what can they do here? There's not much in the way of grenades here. But Robo has a smoke, and he hasn't used it yet. He should really use that smoke right now. This would be a good time to use that smoke, Robo. But still holding on to that smoke. That smoke just doesn't ever get used. And perhaps he didn't realize that he had it, picked it up off a CT player, CT Corpse. But that would have been really useful, actually, to chuck down for short or for the CT spawn approach. And we're going to see that there's a pretty tidy retake there. But that bomb going down did mean that we're going to have a full buy from A Gaming. They would have been able to do that anyway, but this at least gives them a bit of extra buffer if they do lose this round to actually force up a buy on the next round. Yeah, I think they should have enough if they lose this one, considering the bonus that they're getting. SF going to go for the typical smoke. They have 3 players towards middle, well, 2 players towards middle. The standard setup. Fire in middle, going to rain down, and Scream going to take a frag with that. And looks like they are getting kind of crushed. Every kind of avenue of attack that they try to exploit, it does get shut down hard by Epsilon, as SF is looking very lonely indeed up in A main. Oh, might just get himself around the corner in time. He will, and that's 2 quick frags. The bomber going down. He knows there's another one, and he's calling for help right now. In comes FXio with that AWP, and oh, whiffs the shot, but actually Cyberfocus, okay, there we go, does get SF, but it is definitely looking pretty easy for Epsilon at the moment. So, Epsilon, are they going to make this an easy breezy match after their kind of adrenaline pumping game against I keep wanting to call them the Last Resort, but they are the Lone Rangers. Because the Last Resort is also a British team as well. But is SF actually going to move through the smoke? He's going to back away to Fort Cliff. That's the very safe choice indeed. Screamer could definitely flash him in if he really wanted to, but this is a little bit late to go for that pop flash push strategy. It's much better at the start of the round, because they can now be all over A main for all they know. And goes just, oh, great Molotov there. Is SF going to be able to abuse this? Looks like it wasn't deep enough to push them from that position. They're going to go through from A main. In goes the push. Epsilon's FXio reacts though. 2 great frags. In comes SF as well with the USP, and he actually gets 2 kills with that. And it's going to be Scream who goes down. Robo is going to get silenced by GMX, and Epsilon go up 9-1. And we do get ourselves a 16k for FXio. He reached the 16k. Gets a round of applause for that. And looking for ideas here for A Gaming. What can they do? I mean, this is, you know, when you're in their position, you're thinking, okay, we've tried this, we've tried that. None of it has worked. So what is left to try? The problem with teams that play these double up setups is that there is 2 good default rounds to deal with it, They are very kind of set play-ish, where you have a lot of set grenades and smokes, smokes and flashes and so on, and certain players moving to certain positions very quickly to gain areas. And it's the four-man hit up middle, and it's the something similar to Happy's strat into A, which is really a great way to make the AWPs less effective, not trying to play away from a picking game and more about a positional game. And that can be very strong. A Gaming's still going for a picking game. They do get the looks like PM does get the pick onto Cyber Focus as well. So the AWP already going down here. Ooh, aggressiveness here from SF. Gonna catch Smike. Love that positioning there, SF. And he's alone on the site as well. Gonna get himself the wallbang onto Arch too. So at the moment it's a bit of a clinic here from Epsilon. They're just kind of crushing A Gaming. But I would certainly like to see at least, if not the wall of smokes in middle, actually draw on the map once this round is over a little bit. And we got Seeper moving his way around a little bit. FXO is on the angle. Actually does dart back and forth with a grenade in his hand, as we can see. Seeper to be spotted now, and soon to be a peek there. FXO going to go down, but he's on 16k, so it's kind of a favor to him, so he can actually use the money that he has for the rebuy. Both AWPers drop now for Epsilon, as A Gaming have definitely the chance to take this round. Robo slowly making his way in. GMX getting smoked there, I think it was. No, actually perhaps not. Do they not know GMX is there? It looks like no. GMX going to come in on the flank as they try to smoke CT spawn and get in onto the site. But Epsilon had the players in position to deal with that, and it was very easy to deal with. But something that I was going to mention is, if not the wall of smokes, which is here, and often for the B split, obviously, as it allows you clear access to the vents for the B split, it would be something like the smoke here and the smoke on the white boxes as well, to just get you up mid and just push them back off of mid, push their AWPer from mid to maybe to short, and then you can obscure everything in a different way, and that is another way to play the mid smokes. Gonna get a push here from Epsilon. Of course, A Gaming basically forcing up every round because they're getting the full bonus of money. And Epsilon now with GMX so far pushed here, looking at the playground, just enjoying the scenery. They can, of course, bias a lot more of their movements towards the A side of the map. They do have FXO in middle, but it's SF now and Scream on the site to actually defend here. Good first frag there from SF. Good spray down, actually, getting the second one. Oh, there is number 3. Can he get the quad kill? He's going to charge in for that. And he will get it. So SF with a nice little tiny quad kill. As Epsilon are making A Gaming look quite bad at the moment. And quite clueless on Cash. As it seems like they can't do anything against Epsilon's setup. And by the way, the happy A take on Cash, the A set play, that's released now. So if you go to Faceit.com, you can actually find that video if you want to find out exactly how that's done. And here we go, another peek here from GMX. Oh, GMX! He's got so many players, they're all blinded, and he's only going to get one. It's going to be PM now on the angle. Got an AWP, but he's getting spammed to death. Seeper will take him out. Big result there from A Gaming. Aggressive push, not quite going the way of Epsilon. But we already see that SF has rotated all the way from A as they saw everybody. They had a count. It's like, dude, 5 guys on B storage. So that once you have that count secured, obviously SF is free to actually roam. But he goes back to A now because they've delayed enough that they forced it, which is smart by A Gaming to put the delay in there before making the play. Scream is in a decent position though. Go for this pop flash. In it goes. And now he goes for the peek. Sees just some pixels of a player there. Goes for the spray down. Now SF makes his way in. FXO coming in from the top. There is the op. Great reaction there. Drops the bomb. 2 more players to deal with. It's all squared up here on the B bomb site. There goes the HE. Ooh, it's a pretty good one. Both really, really low now. SF gonna burn Smike to death. And he's just moving in that smoke. And in comes FXO from the top. And it's going to be the round there for Epsilon. 13-1. I'm having a bit of a fast one now. I've had all these 15-15 games. So we had two 15-15 games. No, was it like a 16-14, 15-15, and 15-15? So this will help us get back on schedule at the very least, if Epsilon manage to actually crush through A Gaming as they seem to be doing. So let's see now what is actually possible for A Gaming. They're all AKs. They got at least a lot of flashes this time, a lot more than previous rounds. But they're just going to go for the mid rush here, just straight up. And they're getting gunned down. They do have the smoke on mid and white box, but there's a player on sandbags here. Their push is doing some damage, but only Scream falls. And looks like they're all going to get taken out. So 14-1, a solid half there from Epsilon. And talking about the mid push that they did there, they didn't quite have the synchronization between the, because you kind of need this a synchronous push from boost with 2 and mid from 2 as well. Like it's got to be really fast, and they was kind of staggered a little bit, and obviously that allowed the players on mid from Epsilon to kind of focus on middle, and then focus on boost, just not having to go, oh crap, they're coming from both places at once with flashes and smokes everywhere. So a good round there from Epsilon. And generally speaking, largely uncontested match we've seen here from Epsilon as well. It's been a while since we saw a very one-sided match, which is great. But and actually that's really cool as well, because teams like that team and Overgaming, and I mean Overgaming are doing really well in StarSeries actually. But these teams that aren't considered the upper echelon teams like Epsilon and Titan and Virtus Pro and Na'Vi and so on, these teams are actually doing much better as the weeks progress. So that's really encouraging to see, because it is all about experience for especially like a team like that. But so far, A Gaming, they've not had such a good time here on Cash. I'm going to see a potential game 1 off the pistol. Epsilon making their way in slowly from the B storage area. In goes the first flash. Oh, Seeper, hello. And A Gaming, what have they got in store now? They got a defense coming in. Oh, Seeper. Another frag found with the USP. And they are holding tight to the site. They have the rotation coming in. The cavalry is here. They've got a player on the back route as well. And they almost make their way onto the site. It's Scream now against 3 players. Scream trying to use that burst. Does take down Robo. There's Arch up in the vents. Scream getting low now. Oh my god, are you for real, Scream? And he's going to find himself with one-on-one against Arch. He won't win it. And that was ridiculous. I would scream if I had the voice in me. I would scream for Scream if I had the voice left in me. So now we have the 14-2 scoreline. As that pistol was handily taken there by A Gaming. Although that Scream headshot was somewhat of a highlight for me. I'm actually replaying it in my mind constantly right now, just because I enjoy that so much. I mean, I'm going to see A main taken over by Epsilon. And of course, they just decide to go with the pistols, the grenades, and the armor, which is what I like to see. Like they're going to actually commit to this set play towards the A bomb site, and they have a good chance at really competing well against the rifles, holding these CZs and 2 Deagles as well. So this could be very dangerous for A Gaming, who are on the P90 there. Flash going over middle, as GMX has to GMX's only job there is just to be a little bit annoying, just show himself. And he's going to actually pick up the bomb. And oh, interesting. Is he going to try to take the bomb alone up middle through short? That would be. Oh, he's showing the bomb. He's just showing the bomb. That is so smart. All right, so Epsilon are going to make their way onto the bomb site now, as the rotation path's slightly delayed. Great shot there from Scream with a Deagle. In comes Smite from the top. Does take down 1. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Ooh, SF going to get a free one. And Smite goes down. Seeper coming in now from the back. Oh, wow, that Dink really threw him off there with that aim punch off the Dink. And GMX in a really strong position to just destroy Seeper. His health is already just melted away here. 11 left, and he's going to have to back away. So Seeper going to try and save that M4, and we'll see if he's actually able to accomplish this. Looks like GMX is going to not actually cross his position. SF might just, though, no, actually goes back, and Seeper just waits there. So match point now for Epsilon. Fantastic A push with the pistols, with the grenades, with the armor. And now A Gaming. They have to try to win with an M4, a couple of CZs, a Deagle, and a 5.7, a few flashes, a smoke. They at least have armor on all of them, although Cyber Focus doesn't have head armor. But say goodbye to Seeper, say goodnight. It's certainly looking very grim right now for A Gaming. We're going to see GMX make his way with some spam through the smoke. But overall, it seems like Epsilon should very well have this push. Just making the kills, just slowly and steadily getting their way into the bomb site. And Epsilon are going to lose a couple players now to A Gaming. It's Arch and Cyber Focus making 3 frags appear from nowhere. And now we have Arch and Robo coming in to try to make the retake happen. The bomb has not gone down yet, and SF is alone. P90 in hand. It's not the most ideal weapon for this. Oh wow, he does get a headshot straight away to Arch. That is phenomenal stuff from the P90. Here's Robo, the 5.7 now. He's going to have to pick up that weapon. Ooh, does get challenged for it. Does get it in the end though. And that does give him a chance to win this round. And SF is on the site with the P90. Going to make the peek there. Oh, he's trying to do the Deagle action. This is very dangerous here for SF. He's getting kind of low. The AK is getting him so weak right now. Oh, 8 health on Robo. Who is going to win this Jewel of Jewels? In goes the flash, and he's going to peek. What? Robo's still alive. I don't even. And he goes for the knife. What is this? SF, go home, please. Oh my god. So there is the defuse. As sorry, no, there is not the defuse, as Epsilon will win the match. I mean, just toying